Testing, 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 testing. Can you guys hear? There we go. It's the software. Oh, morning and happy Friday. Okay. Overnight inventory is short. And we're going to open on a gap. I was pointing out that we have a gap here, and then we are going to have a gap. You know, if we open here, there's going to be a big gap down. I'm looking for, on the 4-hour chart, I'm looking for a look below and fail of 66.60. That's the trade I'm waiting for today. And if I don't get it, that's okay. But that's sort of what we're looking for on a larger time frame. Nothing to do yet. We have single prints here. A couple of sets of single prints at least in this profile. So let's go take a look and see where it's going to fall out. Yeah, let's see if we finally found the bid. Interestingly enough, the point of control has not moved down. So we're getting some correction to overnight inventory now as we speak. Gosh, we opened all the way up here. Let's see where we open, and I had balance zones from earlier, but I haven't done any new ones. So I'm going to go down here, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to look for a balance zone. So when I'm doing these balance zones, what I'm doing is I'm looking for a high and a low, and back to that high or that low. You've had an epiphany. Did you have the now, Travis? I have to ask you: did you have the epiphany while you were welding galvanized? All the fumes. Just kidding. Just kidding. When the market moves 100 points in closeout, it's tempting to think the skill holding the whole way, especially because catching one of those can make your month or even your year. But is the skill, real skill, learning to take my piece, do my job, and not care if I don't catch the whole thing? Well, yeah, you've. Hi, Travis. My name's JJ. Nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Then you're new to the room, right? I'm messing with you, man. Right? Welcome to the room. I'm assuming this is the same Travis that I've been talking to for a year. There's something in the air or the water going on globally. Okay, So it's sunk in, right? Solar flares? Okay. So Travis, brother, that's what I've been saying all along, but I guess nobody really listens to me. But eventually, if I say it enough, it might sink in. That's exactly what it means. There's no way you're going to catch a 100-point move, right? It's okay. It's welding that galvanized. It's the fumes. Uh, right? First of all, there's no way you're going to catch a 100-point move. That's 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 like me singing the anthem at the Super Bowl or playing principal violin for the for the New York Philharmonics. Like it's just not going to happen, right? You get that, right? You guys all get that you're not going to catch a 100-point move. That's not how this business works. So I'm glad that you had your epiphany, right? There's just no way you're going to do it. It's just, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it with a funded account. Great. Hopefully mine moves down too soon, Josh. So, so Travis, yeah. So I should be happy, right? So you've got it, right? You've got it now, right? You're supposed to try and make money every day and make like a daily wage like you do when you go to work, right? So, yeah. See, the skill is not holding the whole way. You know what the skill is, Travis, in this business? Can I be brutally honest with you guys? If I'm allowed to be. No, with you, Jam, never. Jam's like, lie to me. Okay. To be brutally honest with you guys, it's a miracle that you're going to make any money at all doing this if you don't know what you're doing. Right? It's an absolute miracle. To do it consistently without blowing yourself up is even bigger. So to think that you're going to catch an 80-point move as a new trader who's never made more, like who's never been consistently profitable, that's like thinking that you're going to be able to fly to the moon using your arms. Like it's completely freaking delusional to think that you're going to hold a trade for 100 points with a $2,500 account. That's Travis, that's like you trying to weld underwater using the oxygen tank from a GI Joe doll and a set of matches. You get what I'm saying? It's like trying to do underwater welding using like a kid's scuba gear and a pack of matches. Ain't gonna happen. Right? Yeah, there has to be some sort of reality, right? And I'm glad that you finally caught on. I had no idea you were thinking like that. I would have slapped you upside the head a long time ago. I had no idea that's how you were thinking, right? Can the look below and fail of Tuesday's low be considered a long-term long? Well, Oman, how much money do you got? It can be considered a long-term long, definitely, if you have, I mean, are you putting up $30,000 a contract to hold it? Like, you guys realize a long-term long means that you have to put $20,000, $30,000 a contract up to hold it overnight, right? Okay. What's hard not to, Travis? Travis, if you could explain what you mean, it's going to help the others who are thinking the same. This is really good. I'm glad you actually wrote this out. I'm not beating up on you. I am desperately trying to get into your guys' heads, right? I am desperately trying to get into your guys' heads to help you, right? So if I could understand why you guys think certain things, it might help me say something, right? To kind of snap you out of it. It's hard not to look at it and be like, shit, I could have just held at least one micro. Okay, so that's what you're thinking. Okay. So, do you ever look at a surgeon and go, shit, I could have just, instead of doing cardiothoracic surgery, done an appendicitis operation? Because it's like an easier operation? Do you ever think like that? It's okay to want to make more, right? It's okay, right? There you go, right? Hey, dumb luck is great. I won't turn down dumb luck, but it just never happens to me. That's why I had to learn how to do this. Because all the lucky stuff never happened. I was never dumb enough to get lucky. Honestly, every time I make a mistake like that, it just never works. I want to keep this discussion going, guys, because as an educator, I am having a hell of a time getting through to some people, right? And it feels like I'm not speaking English, or it's just bizarre. So trying to figure out why people do what they do, because I've never done these things I mean, sure, I've made errors. I've taken bad trades. I took bad trades yesterday, and I told you I did, right? 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 So we could start. Yeah, the trading coach is going to help. Oh, okay. Let's try and reframe this. You'll get better at shorting, Jim. Catching a big move is not bad, S-Pill. It's just freaking impossible if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Do you guys, let me try and, Jesus Christ on a popsicle stick. How, how do I say this? Hmm. Okay, the doctor reference never works. You guys don't get that. Um, well, I'll try and figure out a way to reframe this, but I'm just going to leave it alone for right now because we need to get on with it. And suffice to say, if you're looking to get a 120-point move and you've never made $50 a day or $100 a day consistently for like a 1 month or 2 month and kept it, you're freaking delusional. Okay, and let's move on. All right, you guys have to. You guys are going to have to get. You're going to have to get some sort of reality, right? You have to have you have to have some kind of reality in your head when you're looking at doing business. Otherwise, natural selection. What am I going to do, right? So let's get on with it, right? I'm trying. I'm trying, right? Exactly. Hindsight is always 2020. I'll figure it out. Oh Lord, it is Friday. Yes, patience is a skill. It indeed is a skill. Rush. Oh, oh, okay. Let's see if we can get back to VWAP, right? Our position is down here at 66.98. I'm drawing big balance zones. Yeah. I once caught a fish this big. Right? Oh, right. Just Just try and make a little bit of money and keep it, okay? And then we can build on that. Who is being seduced? It's like being seduced. It's like the move is like Morgan Fairchild seducing us. Oh, I'm sorry. Should we just start happy hour now? Thank you, Steve. Oh, I need scotch. Oh, Lord. Okay. We got sellers at 6,700. Tennessee moonshine. Oh, you broke it, Travis. You broke it. I'm speechless. But that's good. That's good. You got a splash of Kahlua in your coffee? No kidding, eh? It was a good post. It was a good post. It broke me, but it was a good post for you guys. So you guys will be all right. Oh, what's better trade? Look below on a 1 minute or hourly. How much money you got, Lear? Right? If you're flush, do it on a monthly. Right? If you're wealthy, do it on a monthly. If you're semi-wealthy, do it on a weekly. If you're rich, do it on a daily. If you got some dough, do it on an hourly. If you ain't got two nickels to scratch together, start on the 1 minute. Does this make sense? Your time frame should be adjusted according to your level of skill and how much money you have. It's that simple. Come on, guys. Right? Your time frame should be. You can't take higher time frame trades if you got $2,000 in your account, Lear. Right? You just can't. Right? You got to start somewhere. Right? Like you fly Lear jets. You didn't learn how to fly by flying a jet right away, right? They must have started you on some smaller type of aircraft, right? Where you would understand how aeronautics work, right? You would have had to go to flight school, right? I mean, you worked at a simulator. They didn't just throw you into a Gulf Stream and say, go fly people around, right? You have to have some sort of a level of skill. And here we go, right? Just keep it to a 1 minute chart for now and learn the craft, folks, okay? You're going to save me from having a heart attack and you're going to save yourself from going bankrupt, right? Let's see what happens. So our seller is now just a little bit lower here, right? Now another thing is sellers and buyers don't compete. Okay? It's not like frickin' Braveheart. When was the last time you walked into Walmart and the sales clerks chased you around with a knife and battled you, right? So when sellers see buyers, they raise price. They're not overwhelmed by them. Right? We're taking the lower stops. We're going to look for that overnight low and see if it holds. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Got a big balance zone here. And I just drew these balance zones, so I want to see whether or not 84 and 3/4 is at all responsive. Microsoft Sim is all you need. See? Went right through it like a hot knife through butter. That means that there are sellers. Now, what did I write a couple of hours ago? I wrote, we might not hold levels because you're going to have the market open. You're immediately having margin call selling, right? You have no correction to overnight inventory whatsoever off the open. That means, yeah, we have a big gap down. We got margin calls, right? So if you were a look below and fail trader and say you're buying 85, 86, right? If it holds 85, 86, you're okay. But seller, seller, right? Wait for the next candle and see if there's a seller. Yeah, right? If you are in a trade, say I went for a look below and fail and bought 86, as soon as it broke 84, I should have taken the hit. Staying in it now means you're down 10, 12, 13 points. And you're hoping that that bid holds. And it's not going to hold, right? Now you're down 20 points. Get what I mean? Right? These are margin calls. The market is going to go and look for the bid, right? Does it do a look below and fail of the overnight low? Not even. What are margin calls? Margin calls are trades where you get selling from people who owe money and they're dumping their product, right? So that creates wave upon wave of selling. Taking the overnight low is where people had their buy stops, right? The buyers had their stops here. So we're dumping all of those people who are long above 78 and we're coming down. And I'm looking for a look below and fail of 60. We're at 72 now. Don't try and buy it. Just leave it alone, right? This is like when your mom tells you not to touch the stove because it's hot, okay? If you want to take a long, your best place to take a long is once it regains 79.80. Make sense? Right? I'm being skeptical, right? Because I'm looking for 60. Right? And now I see a seller here. Let's see if we could get above this area here. This is short covering. Now let's see if the wholesalers come in and bid above the short cover. Right? So if short covering's 70 to 73, then once we get over 76, bid should come in. Give it some time. Just relax. Now, they get some wholesale coming in. Let's see if you can hold that overnight low. Right? So I went to buy 79 and 80 and I couldn't get any there. Right? Now there's going to be a seller at 84. If there isn't, then we've got a nice look below and fail of the overnight low. Did you see how the buying accelerated when we got over the overnight low? Do you guys understand why I was trying to tell you to go long later instead of catching this bottom? Because this is where the shorts were buying. This is where wholesale was buying. And now the shorts are coming in, right? And they are trying to cover. That's what causes these big green candles, right? That's why we're patient, because we want to let them put the trade together first so then we can grab onto it. It's harder in this kind of market because it's a little volatile, right? It's a little volatile, and there are sellers. So now remember, we went right up to 95. There's a seller there. Now we're going to backfill a little bit. Next candle is going to open. Right? So remember, if you're long, my friends, make sure you sell into the strength, okay? Right? Long 92, selling 95, selling 96, selling 96, selling 96. Sell, 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 sell. Right? Get in, get out, get paid. Sorry, I was long 92. Long 92 and selling. Okay? Now the sellers have moved down here. There you go. See? Does this help you understand what's going on? Good. So you can at least expect, like if you were long at 88 or 90, you know that there's going to be a seller at 95, 96. So you can pay yourself, right? So long 94, selling 96 and 3/4, selling 96 and 3/4, right? Got a few left, right? They're taking them, I'm selling them, thank you, come again, right? Just like Harold and Kumar, right? Thank you, come again, I'm done. The more buyers the sellers see, they can raise price. Pretend you're selling sunglasses at the beach, Travis, and 3 buses of tourists get off. You raise prices. You're selling sunglasses at the beach and 1 rinky rental car shows up with a family of 2 and they look like the people from National Lampoon's Vacation. You're going to have to lower your prices a little bit. Get it? There we go. So we didn't get a 60 print, but there was a trade on that look below and fail of the overnight low. And my trades were based on the fact that this candle could not get any lower, twice now, right? So that worked. Now overnight inventory is correcting higher. Use the upper stops to guide you, right? Staying over 95 will target 6 3/4. Right? If we have enough buying, we'll be able to get back up to VWAP, but give it some time. Suppliers control the price. Exactly. Now you're cooking with gas, right? The suppliers set the price according to the flow of orders, order flow, coming into the market, which is a fancy way of saying customers, right? So if a lot of customers come in, we can raise price, right? Not so many customers. Now it's Friday, right? Right, Alexander? AZS, right? It's Friday. So what's going on Friday? We got to get rid of that fish before the weekend because the market's closed Saturday and Sunday, right? Do you really want to hold a bunch of fish over the weekend hoping you can sell it on Monday? It's going to go bad, right? Think of it that way too on a Friday, right? On a Friday, a lot of people are swing long for the week and they really want to get out. Now we flush those people out in a rude and violent manner with this gap down. Let's see if we can get over 67.05. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I like to wait because, uh, Yusuf, I like to wait until the market clears out all the suckers. I don't like being first. I don't like being first in the market. The risk is too high. Remember what I was saying earlier, right? As a retail trader, we don't have that much money. Even if you have an account, like one of my clients has an account with a couple of $1,000,000 in it, but that's nothing. You guys understand that $1,000,000 in this market is like a lemonade stand with a 3-year-old running it. You know that, right? With the amount of money that goes through this market. So that's why I like to let the large traders go and plow a path so I can follow them. Does that make sense? It's like a running back following his offensive guard so he can create a hole in the line of scrimmage. I need to see the offer lifting. I need to see the offer lift. If the offer lifts, I know they're raising price. Like right now, the offer is lifting. Right? So if I was long 96, 97, 98, I'd be out here. Thank you. 3, 4 points. Boom. Good stuff, ND. Yeah, that happens in volatile times, Mother Truck. That's another thing with trading volatility, right? It's not exactly going to be the same. Usually it's pretty good, right? Usually they're pretty much right on top of each other. This time, yeah, usually a tick or two. Right. Coming up to 6 3/4. The next structural stop is 67.15 and a half. Travis, check your DM when you have time. Oh, goodness. So we are going to have some distribution. Okay? We're going to have some distribution. Why? The inventory is underneath us short term, right? Look. As soon as we get over that 6,700, we've got all of this. We need to try and sell it up here. If we go sideways long enough, it'll bring in buyers and we can go and sell it above VWAP. Right? This is an inventory correction right now. So at first we didn't get an inventory correction, Finally, the shorts got trapped long enough, enough under 84 to push us up over 6,700. Right? So we're looking for 15 and a half if you're long. I'm sorry, 14 where VWAP is. Now, you've all seen markets open on a gap down and then move up instead of down. Do you understand why that happens? It's because of short covering. Right? Now, in our room, there are a number of videos on how a low is created and the sequence of events that happen in order for a low to get put in. Now, there should be a seller at VWAP. There is, but they're not aggressive. Do you guys notice how it's not really aggressive selling at VWAP? Usually we get to VWAP and somebody slams it. But that's not happening right now. So that's the market's trying to tell you a little bit about the order flow at this level. So if you were thinking of shorting VWAP, you really want to look for a look above and fail of 17 and for us to get under 12. Because if you're shorting the front side of the move, that's not going to work out. Wait till we look above and fail. Right now, there's no fail yet of 17 and 3/4. We're still kind of looking above. There's single prints here. Let's see if there's any supply. As the market runs out of supply, it will go into this red box to get it. If you are a fast trader, you could take a short here of 20, put your stop at 21 and 3/4. So your risk isn't high if you're interested in a short. But if you really want to be patient, wait until we offer under 617, 16. Right? Otherwise, you still could get an order that comes in and rips you up to 24. See how it stopped? See how that bottom of that candle stopped right at 17 and 3/4? That's not what you want to see when you're trying to short. So basically, you're being patient. There you go. Right? There's the look above and fail. Now, if you don't want to enter on this candle, wait till the next candle. Right? I'm short 17 and I'm covering at 14 and a quarter. And I'm flat. Make sense? Right? I waited. I took the 17 short, put my stop just a little couple of ticks, and then boom, it dropped, right? Look above and fail. Not an easy trade to do. This is a trade I've screwed up many, many, many times. Am I going to do it again? I don't know. Not if it creeps back over 18. Right? The best shorts are when they come underneath VWAP. Because then you'll break those VWAP buyers and turn them into sellers. Do you guys get that? Right? If you've got people buying here and you take that level out, they're all going to start dumping. Does that make sense? And that'll give you that push that you need. Right? That's why if you can break the longs here, then you'll get some liquidation. You're going to come down to about 8, 9. There you go. Nice work. Nice work. Okay. So this is what we teach in our trading room at the Trading Syndicate. You know, it was funny. There was this guy on Twitter this morning. He said, real traders don't teach. I'm like, really? Well, how the hell are other traders supposed to learn if traders don't teach? uh, no, not a VWAP, because VWAP's not a static reference, OJ Simpson. VWAP is not a static reference. I like using static references because they don't move. Like 17 and 3/4, it's not going anywhere. See you, Jerry. Have a good one. Time to cook dinner. See you, Badir. Have a good weekend, brother. This is looking like a look below and fail of 17 and 3/4. I don't know about you. Might have to go long. Oh, right. So I use static levels, OJ, right? I use the static levels if the next candle holds 17 and 3/4. I know there's a seller right there, right? There they are, right? So if I'm buying this level, I need the market now to offer over 22. There we go. Let's see. Long 20, selling 21 and a half, selling 21 and 3/4, flat. Just scalping. See how we're running out of supply? No, it's always the level. I always try and use the level. If VWAP's there, it can be helpful, right? But I always use the level. We still have, this is just a big box of supply. Supply equals resistance. That's why we're stopping here, okay? If you are long, just remain cautious because I don't know how many sellers are in here. That's the problem with these single prints. Okay. Now the market's working this level out, right? Because there will be different orders around VWAP. So that's why I'll just be hands off. If you get underneath VWAP, right? Another nice trade might be this. If we can take out this 12, if you can short from here down to 6,700 and then 6,695, that would be decent. But right now, there's nothing to do. You see that there's no business to do because it's going back and forth above this level. So what happens here is it's kind of a pickpocket market. You go long, you get stopped out. You go short, you get stopped out. Right? We know that there are sellers right here. So just manage your expectations here. If we clear this level, right, the problem is we have 5 points of supply here, right? That's what's kind of screwing us up. That's what's making me short biased here, but I don't have an entry just yet because I don't trust, because there's too many buyers at VWAP right now. So we're just going like this, and we're getting rid of this inventory in this little box, right? So this is a little distribution, right? You know there's sellers here, so we'll sell here. And if we hold price long enough, remember earlier I was talking about price stability? When you create price stability, longs come in. And then you have to go into this red box to get supply. So I wanted to short, but I saw how it was lingering above VWAP. That kept me from taking the short. Does that make sense? If I had been really dialed in, I might have been able to put together a long, but I'm not going to lie. I wasn't thinking about it, and I didn't know where to get long, right? You can't take every single trade. Sometimes you're going to miss trades. Sometimes you're not going to know a way in. Just be at peace with that, because the next trade will come sooner than you can even imagine. Okay? Let's see if we can stay above 23, 24. You guys get what's going on? You understand what's going on? Right? We are distributing right now. Right? We have inventory under 6,700. We're getting rid of it at 6,722. Cool. You know, and the thing is, if you can put some trades together, right, you don't have to make 100 points, right? If you could do 2 or 3 trades and pull together, like, say, 40 points, trading 6 micros 3 times back and forth, you could make 2, 3 grand a day, right? I don't know about you, but 2, 3 grand a day over a 20-day trading month, that's not bad, right? I feel like it's funny because when I talk about making $2,000 or $3,000 a day, everybody looks at me like I'm like one of the undesirables. Like, don't talk to me unless we're making 100 grand a day, JJ. Right? All you got to do is practice with the micro and get your level of skill up. That's all you got to do. Right? And it's not easy, but you could do it. Now, let's see if we can get underneath VWAP. So if you're short, you want to put some bids just down here underneath VWAP. Say you're short 20, 21, 17, 18. Just make sure that you've got some buy orders here, because if it breaks VWAP, there's going to be some bids that it's going to catch, right? Good stuff, Christian. That's okay. Come on now. Let's get down under 12. Looking for under 12. Nope, not yet. Caught some bids. Now do you guys understand why you want to put bids in when you're shorting? So if I was short 20 or 18 or 19 and I had those bids under VWAP, I might not have gotten filled. And that would tell me that I'd have to go up and pay more, right? Oh, yeah. I'm just back and forth over this 17 and 3/4. Okay, I got a question for you guys. We have one of our friends in India who wants to use a prop firm. Which one will take him? If you guys know, please type it in, especially the YouTube chat. Okay? Yeah, but will they take a client in India, Christian? I don't want to know if they're elite, but I just want to know if they'll take a client in India, right? Because some of these places have restrictions. So let's try and help our buddy out. Okay? It's all right, Christian. Too much coffee in the morning. That's all right. That's okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Apex? Okay, cool. You know what's going to be interesting is when they tokenize all this stuff, you guys will be able to trade on a cell phone anywhere. You won't even need a brokerage account. All right, come on, let's take out the 12s and get down to 6 3/4. Nope, not yet. Speaking of tokenization, how's the coin of bitterness doing? Ooh, it's still down. Okay. Stubborn right here. Cool. Thanks, guys. There you go, my friend. There you go. Poor high. Let's see if B period can take that A high. It'll boom. There, stop run. See that? Filled the signals. And they sold into it. Oh. You think we'll fill a gap today? Fill the singles to the tick. It's quite amazing how precise these markets are. Scary. The electronic execution just makes everything so much more precise. It's good for us because we can manage our trades with much more accuracy. Still working that 17, 18 level back and forth. Just relax. Have a coffee. Are there any scenarios you think may play out when the price goes into the singles? No, it's really just when we run out of supply, we'll go up into those singles, which we did. Caught the supply and went right back down. The trade is a little harder because you would have had to short the top and put your 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 stop at maybe 30, and you would have had to been fast. Yeah, exactly. The VWAP area is tough. And then somebody just messaged me and said, "There's no way I could trade these fast candles. I don't know if it's my system or how I'm entering orders. Trading fast is a skill, and don't feel bad if you can't trade fast because lately have the markets been fast? Not really, right? So if a market is slow for like 7 days and 7 nights, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's fast. You're not really quite ready for it, are you? Right? Don't worry, it'll slow down later, right? There will be better trades later, right? And it's smart that you admit that you can't trade a fast market because then you're not going to try just because of the ego and blow up your account, right? That's a smarter thing to do, to recognize, you know what, I'm not that fast, I'll work on my speed. Okay. Oh, you need to be fast, VS Squad. Trust me, after 33 years in the business, you need to be fast and you need to be fully prepared and waiting. You need to be both. Don't get it twisted. You need to be fast. Right? People will argue with me about this, but I'm telling you as someone who's employed traders, who's handed out millions of dollars of order flow, a slow trader is just about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop. They're useless. And unemployed. You got to be fast. Starting to click? Good. Good, good, good. Yeah. So you guys, there's a sense of urgency in this business that you don't get when you're sitting in your house. Right? There's a sense of urgency. There are billions of dollars going through these financial markets. And if you don't take that seriously, if you don't have a sense of urgency about getting in and out of trades, if you're not serious about it, right? And VS said, you have to be prepared and you have to be waiting, but you also have to have skill, right? And you can develop that skill. It's just motor skill. It's just hand-eye skill, right? Because you can be prepared and waiting all you want, but if you don't have the execution skill to be fast, you're going to screw up the trade or the trade's not going to happen. I have videos in the room that show you how to prepare for a trade. So you're waiting for a trade to happen so you know where you're going to get in, where you're going to get out. Now you're dialed in. And then you've practiced your execution over and over and over and over again. Right? Now if we break 67.10, let's look if we can get under 6 3/4. It's good distribution up here. Yep. First you get good, then you get fast, right, Travis? Exactly. Even if you're swing trading, your execution should be smooth. You shouldn't be fumbling around when you're executing. The way to get you good at execution is to get on the sim and know where the buttons are. It's really that simple. Just like when kids play a video game, right? They know how to move the character around and all of that. Same with trading. You have to know how to manipulate your software so you're not like, if I say 6709 bid, 7 stop, the order should be in already. By the time I finish talking, you guys should have the order. And try this on the sim, right? 6708 bid, 7 stop. Order should be in. As soon as I'm finished saying the sentence, those orders should be in, right? 6705 bid, 4 stop. Practice that. Practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it. And as soon as your buy order gets executed, put your sells out. So if we were executed at 8 or 8.5, we'd have a 10, 11, 12 sell order in right away so we could take advantage of that move up and get paid. Get paid, get paid, get paid. Don't sit around waiting for the grass to grow under your feet, sniffing the daisies, right? You got to be quick, right? You got to be prepared. You got to be quick. Now we're poking our head over that 17 3/4 again. Let's see if these sellers are still haunting us between 23 and 26. Puck just moved up to 18. Yep. Good distribution, right? Point of control moves up. Good distribution. Did you get that, Jam? So, Jam, if I call out 20 bid at 19 stop. Order should be in like that. Creeping, we're creeping. If we can take out the 28s, we might get some juice. Come on. Let's take out those 28s. Get a good old-fashioned stop run. Nope, not yet. Just practice, practice, practice. Practice putting your orders in, right? It's just like running drills in football, right? Your foot speed, all of that stuff. Trading is still a physical skill, right? Until you get that neural chip implanted in your brain, you're still going to have to move your hand and click on the mouse, right? Or your hotkeys or hot pockets or whatever you guys use, right? You still have to have that skill. And that's good because you can develop it. See you, Hank. Have a good weekend. Okay. See you, teen. Have a good weekend. Don't go spending all that money on some fancy stereo now. Nobody ever gets that film reference. That's Mr. Deeds. Oh, all right. This is really boring. Come on, ES. We got paying customers. Giddy up. Let's go. Just happily selling all their contracts here, aren't they? Okay, we got a question here. Do you enter one contract at a time or the same time? Usually, so what I do is when I'm scalping, I have it on one or two contracts, the little selector button. When I'm when I when I'm sure when I've tested the market and I've tested myself to see whether or not I know what I'm doing that day and I'm trading the right way, what I will do is then I'll have it like I'll usually have it set at 4, right? So I'll click in 4 contracts at once. And then if I add, that's why, I say usually I do 8 to 10 contracts. So that's 2 clicks of 4, right? The first click is the initial position. The second click is putting on a little bit of size. Get some cheese bread. Have a good weekend, Hank. Be safe out there with all that propane. Good stuff, Dan. Yeah, I thought it's good to do some public YouTubes that bring some more people in. Well, you got to switch it back to one contract when to stagger your exits. You see, that's what I mean about getting to use the software. So to click off 4 and go 1 and then 1 1 1 1 1, you got to be fast, right, Jem? So we're looking for 17 and 3/4 on the bottom here. Let's see if it holds. So you set it to 4. Well, you don't have to set it to 4. You can set it to 2, and then you can click in twice to get 4 contracts. Then set it back to 1, and then go 1 1 1. Right now, of course, that's an extra keystroke. But if you practice, right? If you practice, then it's not so daunting, right? It's like, anyone who's ever ridden a dirt bike, you get on the dirt bike and then you see your buddy doing a wheelie like for half a block on the back wheel. You don't want to just try that right away. You want to kind of learn how to ride the bike, not fall over, go around a corner, stop, start, all those things, right? You learn how it feels, you learn how it moves, right? It's the same thing with anything. Trading is just a physical act. There's nothing supernatural about this. When you start, it feels like you've got to be some kind of wizard to do this because, when I started retail trading, I'd take trades and screw them up and screw them up, and I was like, Jesus, this is really freaking like, can anybody do this, right? My stop is always based on market structure. So, for example, Dan, if I'd done look below and fail here, right? So if I do a look below and fail of 95 and 3/4, I'll be going long here at 96, 97, 98. My stop is going to be here, right? What's the business reason for the trade is that the sell orders under this level are complete and the market's going to go up looking for inventory. So I buy some here and my stop is here. Now, if somebody comes and offers the product at 66.94, 93, then I've got inventory that's mispriced. So if my inventory is priced here looking for this, and this happens, then I know that it's not good business to be in the trade and I'm out of the trade. Does that make sense? Right? The business reason to go long here is that the sell orders that took the market underneath 95 are complete. Now, there's always a risk that somebody else is going to come in and sell. That's why your stop is structural. Cool. Have a great weekend. See, you did it. You did the sim trade on 5 and it worked like a charm, right? Told you. Now you just need to practice it 1,000 times where you can do it with your eyes closed. Thanks, AJ. Usually people tell me I'm a madman, but thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you're going to get your first payout? Ah, beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Ah, it's beautiful. Love to see it. Nice. Beautiful. Sometimes I might sound frustrated. Sometimes I might sound angry. And it's just, I hate seeing people lose money. So when people start making money, man, that makes me happy. It actually makes me happier when I see other people make money more than it does when I have a good trade. Every time a retail trader gets a payout, a market maker gets his wings. And I won't have to do so much time in purgatory and hell when they pull me back down. How would the overnight high come into play? Ooh. Well, it comes into play once we get up there, Trader Y. Now, it's all the way here. It's at 67.65. And we're trading 67.19. Now, stranger things have happened, right? But right now, it's kind of a non-event. But if we fill the gap, And say we get above 67.50, then we'd start thinking about that overnight high. You know what I mean? You're welcome, AJ. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Yeah, just practice, 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 Jam. I've never seen anybody sit down and just been able to trade magically without ever touching it. I've never seen that. I'm sure there is someone in the world who's just never sat in front of a market, sat down, and done it. I've yet to see it. You know how like they have like a 5-year-old kid that can play the Sibelius violin concerto? I don't know how that works, but I've never seen it done in trading. We're looking for 39, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for 39. Okay? This price action, this price stability brought buyers. Okay? You got to practice. And it's frustrating. Dear God, this is a frustrating business. And it's not just retail that can be frustrating too. Doing deals can be frustrating. Sometimes you can work on a deal for 6 months, 8 months, have everything lined up, and then the CEO goes and does some stupid thing and blows it all up. I've seen it happen, you know. What's my favorite brokerage company? Like one that's still around or back in time? Um, I like Iron Beam, right? Brent and his brother have treated my clients well. To use for investing? Uh, well, I'm not an investor, so I mean the ones who have the lowest fees, because they're all pretty much the same. So you got Schwab and Merrill and right. So are you talking like asset management, S&P? If you need some referrals, I can ask around. Yeah, I'm not really well versed in investing and financial management, but I can ask people who know much more than I do. I'd be happy to. Schwab seems to be fine. Oh, now we got singles to the upside. So we've got a short position between 26 and 33 or 34. And we're going to bring this session to a close. I'm going to wish you all a very safe and enjoyable weekend. And we'd love you to come join us at thetradingsyndicate.org. I'm JJ. I'm vwaptrader1 on X. Please like and subscribe if you've been watching. If you need help with trading, if you're interested in one-on-one mentorship, give me a shout. I'm available for phone calls. Right? And if you're thinking about mentoring and you're not sure, I'll be happy to do a session with you, let you determine for yourself whether or not it's for you. So what I do is we mentor you for life. We take you on, and that way you have support continually through the process. And there's just one fee. We don't overcharge you and that stuff. It's just a easier way to do it is to work with people over time so they get it. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. Also, if you have a chance, check out our AI. There's a free trial. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll see you on Monday morning. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.